on your birthday. You're earth strong. I
No,
know it's your
listen,
day today.
it's all good. I'm with my good friend Sabrina, and we're going to go out for breakfast, and she's got me some flowers. Look at that. Check that out, man.
No, that's a blessing.
Friends and family.
No,
Friends
that's
and
it,
family, man.
That's it. And we have to get out while we can because we were locked down not too long ago. So
yeah, man. So it's all good. We got time, and yeah. It's good to be here. And The Voice, freaking love The Voice, man.
Well, I'm glad.
Like from my when I first started, this was the newspaper that like opened my eyes to a whole world that I was entering. When I left the children's homes, I thought of The Voice as being like this beacon of hope. I mean, it told me there's another way of seeing things, and the way you see it, that's right. You know, I'm
really glad to be talking with you, Lemn, because not only are you guest director for this year's Brighton Festival, which is an amazing queue, especially after the guest director of last year. Black people as guest directors in consecutive years. I don't know if that's ever happened, but so that's a marvelous feat in itself. But I read your book. My Name Is Why last year, and
so you know what my birthday means, right? This is my first birthday since that book's come out, man.
Blessed Earthstrong, my guy, because I really understand what your birthday means, and I saw that you tweeted your birth certificate out. I think it was earlier this month.
That's
that you finally got hold of it. I mean, tell that story just to intro the whole interview. Go for it.
Well, the birth certificate, I actually got it when I was 18 years of age, and it had a different name on it than the one that I'd been called. The name was Lemn Sissay, and the name that I'd been called up until then was Norman Greenwood. And the only example I had of that, because remember I didn't know my people, is from Roots. That's the only example I had of names being taken from Roots.
Wow.
From Kunta Kinte being told that his name was Toby, and him saying, no, my name is Kunta Kinte. And that was the only example I had of the theft of a name, and I didn't realize that actually our names have been stolen for a long time. So you know, that's why in America you find Jay-Z, Malcolm X, you know, they refuse to take the names of their prince, the names of their very recent slave masters. That's the history of like why a lot of Black Americans, a lot of people don't realize that, why a lot of Black Americans change their second name. Anyway, when I got my birth certificate, I took my name, and then I lost the certificate. So for like 20 years, I didn't have it, and then I found it. Yeah, because I moved into a new place, and I got my stuff out of storage. It's quite a boring idea, but it's true. I found this birth certificate, so I'm very happy. Good question, my friend. Good question, because what it means is that I can now take my yellow card for Ethiopia. So I become a partial Ethiopian citizen.
So you can become a partial citizen now. So it's almost official.
Yeah.
You've nearly completed the journey 360. Your mum coming here and giving birth. I don't want to give away too much of your book. I really implore everybody to read it. If I live by, and this was going to be my first question when I was going to interview you last year. The interview opportunity fell through for one reason or another. Yeah. But I remember listening to Sizzla Kalonji as a young youth, a teenager, and he wrote a tune where he said, "Question mark is my surname," right? And
yeah, wow.
That whole, question mark is my surname, the whole, everything that comes from that, and your journey was just, absolutely synonymous. And so I thought it'd be great to sit down with you and just find out all about that. We can't do that in this interview, so we'll have to plan that another time.
Yeah, really the paperback's coming out in June, man. Let's do the paperback's coming out in June, the late late June, early July. So I would love to do, if I had the chance to do an interview with you.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I've got your number now, and I'm going to store it. So we'll definitely get that done. Saturday, though, you've got a conversation with Hannah Pool where you're going to be going into the book. Talk a little bit about that, what you're expecting to divulge, what's going to happen.
Well, we sold so many tickets for the gig at the Dome at the festival. Of course, everybody's been refunded. Many people have actually given their tickets to the festival so they could put it into whatever. But so we're doing an online version of the event. I'll be reading from My Name Is Why. I'll be in conversation with my very good friend, and I'll also not so, which is capacity for the Zoom thing, but there's also going to be a spillover onto YouTube, so people can watch it on YouTube as well. You know, yesterday I got a message. I get messages every day from people who are reading the book. Yesterday I got a message from somebody just to say how much the book means to them. My Name Is Why. And then they said, you know what was the best part, Lem? She said, I'm a packer for Amazon in the warehouse, and I had to pack your books. Is that beautiful? Like a book can touch so many people, including the people who are working in the warehouse to pack it. You know, she was saying how proud it makes her feel. I'm just really pleased to do this gig, to be able to thank people for reading me. The book it's been an incredible force, and it's teamwork, man. It's my publishers, Canongate, the man who saw a book at Frankfurt Book Fair by a writer that nobody knew, who took that book and then watched that man who wrote that book become President of the United States of America. That's my publisher. The ones who see a book by an obscure black man that nobody knows in this country, and nobody knew in America at the time, except for, you know, a few liberals. And then he went into the primaries and became the President of the United States of America. And that book, Dreams of My Father, sold all over the world. And, you know, that's my publishers. They're good people.
Listen, I'm gonna let you go and enjoy the rest of your birthday, because I appreciate you. The sun is shining on you. But you know, like when you got the gig as guest director of Brighton Festival, how did you feel? Was that something out of the blue? Something you always wanted to do? What was that? What was that like for you?
I've been honoured by a career which has taken in, you know, venues across the world. I was artist in residence at the South Bank Centre for 6 years. I'm Chancellor at the University of Manchester. And, but I've got to say, when I was asked to be guest director of the festival, I was incredibly pleased and moved. And it meant I could do things, right? So I was bringing Ethiopian artists over to play in London, poets who I love, you know, dancers and theatre companies and galleries. God, I had such a great exhibition of Native American art, because this is the anniversary of, I think, the 400th anniversary of the Mayflower. So to have Native American art front and centre would have been wonderful. It was just an opportunity also for people to show people my bread, you know, and share with people like the power of art, you know. And I've got to say again, just to end, that the Voice has always been, like, from my first beginnings, the Voice has been a really important part of my life. I've grown, you know. I was with Bogle Overture at the beginning, the people who first published Linton Kwesi Johnson, etc., and have kept going throughout my career and searching for my family. And it's all come together, man.
Lemn Sissay, My Name Is Why is out now. For those who are watching, he's going to be engaging in a Q&A this weekend with Hannah Pool. Do not miss it. It's going to be streamed live on the Brighton Festival YouTube channel. Lemn, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Sit down, yeah? And enjoy your day, King. The sun is shining.
Yeah. See you later, bro.
Yes, man.